What's up, you guys? It's Cody coming back at you with another video. And man, it's been a while. I think it's been at least, I don't even know, like 3 or 4 months maybe since I made a video. It's been a while. I haven't made a video because I've been extremely busy. I was supposed to just be taking like a short break, and that break ended up extending into a lot longer than I wanted it to. Tons of stuff had happened even on the break, more things that were causing me to push back uploading a video more and more. One thing in particular, I was loading up some of that firewood over there. Not sure if you can really see it, but I was loading up that firewood into the back of the truck, threw a piece in, and it bounced and hit the back window and shattered my back window. So finally, this is a brand new window. I just got it put in like 2 days ago. Actually, I think it was yesterday. Oh, look at that. Zero tint. I'm definitely gonna have to get that tinted because there's zero protection, zero privacy. So I'll probably just get it tinted to match the sides. But finally got that window replaced. I just got the truck smog, so that's what this video is going to mainly be about, because I have a lot of people asking me how my truck passes smog, especially in California, because I have so many modifications and the tuners like that. So I'm going to go over with you guys and tell you exactly how I got it to pass smog yesterday. No tricks, nothing illegal, just everything's legit. Took off the tuner, stuff like that. I'll show you guys exactly, like I said, in a minute what I did. The truck is absolutely filthy because it's been sitting here. I usually park my company vehicle right here, my work truck, and this just has been sitting here, not being driven at all, completely filthy. Needs to be washed. I might take it to get washed after this video or another day. And the sun, I don't know if you could see, but I have an extension cord right there. Ran from the side of my house, and I had the extension cord ran over here with the trickle charger plugged into the batteries to keep the batteries maintained, keep them from dying. So yeah, truck's good. Truck's smog is passed now, and windows replaced, and everything's good to go. And I put the tuner back on, and we can start driving it again, start doing some more videos hopefully. And I also have something else to show you guys. Check this out. There are the track bars, you guys. I ordered these things so long ago, and they came shortly after I started my break. So they've been sitting here on my garage floor for like, I don't know, at least 3 months now maybe. They have just been sitting here on the floor. I need to install them, have not had the chance. So we're gonna do that real soon in a video. But yep, there they are. Track bars are finally here. We can throw those on the truck. Rear track bars. So that'll be another video too. But in the meantime, like I said, let's talk about smog and what I did to make sure my truck passes. And by the way, here's the other thing that's been keeping me so freaking busy that I haven't had time to make any videos. My sleepy puppy, big puppy. What's up, buddy? This is my boy Diesel, and my girlfriend's little brother came up with the name Diesel. He's Dogo Argentino, 6 months old, 84 pounds, giant monster. He's looking at probably about 120 pounds when he's full grown. Sleepy puppy right now. Even though he's gigantic, he is still a puppy. But yeah, that's my dog, and takes up all of my time and my money. Come here. Come here. All right, so let's talk about this smog stuff. Like I said, people have been asking me, but basically, as a lot of you know, I have the Hydra on here. So that is something that people have been wondering, how I pass smog with this, and it's quite simple. The Hydra, right now I have it in my number 13 tune, but it comes with a no start option, which is like a kill switch, and then it comes with 00, which is stock. This is basically stock or like smog bypass mode. So you put it in stock mode and it takes the tune completely off the truck. Your truck is in stock. It's like it doesn't even have a tuner on it. The only problem is when you do this, I don't know if it happens every time, but when you do this, or if you clear codes, well, you're gonna have codes from this. Let's see, I don't know if I have them right now, but basically you're gonna see, my edge tells me right now. So I don't have any codes right now, but I think that after you take this off and you put it in stock mode, you could possibly get a P1000 code, which is going to basically show that you cleared all your codes, or you took a tuner off, or disconnected your battery. Any of those will create a P1000 code, and you have to drive your truck for a certain amount of miles and run through certain things, certain speeds and stuff, until that P1000 code goes away. Once that happens, your truck is completely stock, no codes, ready to be tested. Now what I did is I have this Velcroed here, and this actually unplugs. This controller unplugs right here. So I unplug it and I take the controller and I put it in the center console, and then I pop off this part of the dash, and I tucked the cable up in the dash behind it, and basically that makes this completely gone. You can't see, there's no controller here, because I also go underneath and I unplug it completely from the PCM. So it's plugged in right there. So I unplug it from the PCM completely, and then I hide it somewhere so it can't be seen. And then this is basically off, but it's just sitting there, and I don't want it to even be seen or even be a question. So like I said, I take it off, hide it, tuck the cord away. And now basically as far as the tuner goes, that's done. The truck isn't stocked. There's no chip, there's no tune, there's no codes. So that is good for that part of the smog test. Now my Edge does tell me again codes, so I can check with that, but it plugs into the OBD2. So I unplugged that before I take it to get smogged. So that's pretty much it as far as the tuner goes, how I pass smog with the tuner. That's how I take the tuner off, get the truck to be in stock mode and have no codes. Now let's pop the hood and show you some other stuff. Diesel, come. Good boy. Not sleeping anymore? Huh? What's up, dude? What's up? Good boy, come. All right, so the next thing we can talk about is the intake. Now, obviously, this is the aftermarket intake. Now, this is the K&N intake tube that used to have a K&N intake filter on it. I removed the K&N intake filter and put this AFE intake filter on this intake tube. Since it still says K&N right there, they didn't even notice that it was a different one. They think this is a whole K&N system. And the K&N intake came with a K&N carb number. I don't know if it's important for me to cover the number, but basically I have a carb number right here. So this basically makes my intake legal and passes smog in California. So that is how that gets by. So if you have any aftermarket intake, and at least if you're in California, you need to have a carb number, a carb sticker. If your intake came with one and you lost it, or you bought the truck and you don't have the original intake carb sticker, I'm pretty sure you can call if it's K&N or whatever company the intake is by, and you can get them to send you a carb sticker in order to pass smog. Now, another issue that I did run into at the smog place, the guy didn't want to pass me because, again, as a lot of you may know, I don't keep my red tube connected to the wastegate. It's a brand new KC300 turbo, like seriously brand new. And disconnecting this red tube gets you some more boost. It keeps your wastegate from opening as early. So I don't keep it connected. He wanted to fail me because of it, or he told me it needs to be connected. Luckily, he actually found this black hose in his toolbox and gave it to me to connect it so he could pass me. So he kind of did me that favor, but again, nothing illegal. It is technically connected. Well, at least for smog it was, because I'm taking this off right now. Or at least once this video is over and I have both my hands, I'm taking that hose off. But yeah, make sure if you're getting your truck smogged, that is connected. Now, a couple other important things you need to know in order to pass smog. If you have this, which is an air intake heater delete plug, the original air intake heater has a little like probe coming out, and it has two wires connected to it. One wire goes down to the engine block, which is a ground, and the other wire goes over here to this relay and goes on this part of the relay right here. When you delete your air intake heater and you put this type of plug in there, you're going to get a code. You no longer have your cables connected, and it no longer shows that you have an air intake heater. So when you get this plug, you need to buy this little resistor cable. You can get it off Riff Raff, and it goes from that part of the relay straight to a ground. So now this resistor cable basically makes the truck think that your air intake heater is still plugged in, but we have deleted it. What some people also do is they just take their air intake heater out and they cut the heating element off of it. So it basically looks just like this plug, but it still has the probe with the two wires. They screw it back in and then they reconnect their wires. So it's like it's still plugged in, but you remove the probe, the heating element from inside of the air intake heater. So just keep that in mind. You do need to make sure that you either have this resistor cable or you have the original wires hooked up in order to not have a code and pass smog. Another thing to talk about in order to pass smog is that when I put the KC300 turbo in, I also put an exhaust back pressure valve delete pedestal. You cannot see the pedestal underneath everything right now, but I have the exhaust back pressure valve delete pedestal in here. Now, the original pedestal has a little tiny plug, like the receiver side of a plug on it, and there is a wire, I think Okay, this is to my spider, but it kind of looks like this plug right here. You have this wire and the plug right here, and then the spider has its own plug on it. Well, basically your turbo pedestal has something just like this. So when you get the delete pedestal, you have to buy a dummy plug which goes into this part that has the wires, and it makes, again, your truck think that you have basically the original stock pedestal. So again, if you get the exhaust back pressure valve delete pedestal, you need that dummy plug. Riff Raff sells it for, like, I don't even remember how much. Super cheap though, so make sure you have that as well. So that's pretty much it for the tuner side and under the hood side. As far as passing smog goes, all of that, like I said, was legit. Nothing cheated, nothing illegal, nothing like that. It was all legitimate and we passed for reals. The last thing we could talk about is the exhaust. Obviously, I have a 5-inch straight pipe. I mean, maybe I shouldn't have said obviously, maybe some of you don't know, but I have a 5-inch straight pipe, no cat, no muffler. This truck, these years of diesel, as many of you know, are catalytic converter exempt. You don't need a catalytic converter on this truck. It came from the factory without one, and you don't need one in order to pass smog. And my smog guy basically said that that's all he's really looking for is a cat, but since I don't need one, then I'm good. As far as the muffler goes, for whatever reason, he said that's not part of it for him. It's not his job to check for that. So that's the exhaust side. That passed the way it is. Straight pipe, I guess, is okay. I mean, I don't think you can buy them here in California anymore. I don't see them on Amazon. I no longer see straight pipes for sale, or at least not can be shipped to California. But passing smog isn't an issue if you already have the straight pipe, or if you can get one. At least not for me, it wasn't. So like I said, that's how I passed smog with my somewhat pretty heavily modified 7.3. I mean, I don't have aftermarket injectors, but there is a lot of other stuff on here. There is the stage 2 transmission, which obviously wouldn't affect smog, but you know, the turbo and the pedestal, the boots, straight pipe, intake, and of course the tuner. I don't know if I mentioned it right now, but the tuner. And by the way, that Hydra, if you guys are curious, even with the KC300 in stock mode, because I had it in stock mode for smog, I think I was getting like 12 psi, and as soon as I put the tune back on it, it jumps up to, well, either 25 or more, but the edge only shows me up to 25 psi. I think it gets more than 25, so that tuner makes a huge difference if you guys have a stock truck and you want to get some more power out of it. I mean, a tuner is pretty much the best way to go, but you don't necessarily want to do just a tuner and no intake and exhaust. You kind of want to get it to breathe better before you, at the same time. So intake, tuner, and exhaust, if you guys want to get some more power and fuel economy and stuff out of your truck, definitely can't recommend those enough. I love the Hydra. I do also love the Super Chips. The Hydra is cool because it has like low idle, high idle, no start, and switching tunes on the fly. Like as I'm driving, you could change tunes, so that's really cool about the Hydra. But the Super Chips in tow mode, your transmission shifts so much more firm and just seems so much more solid. I think the Super Chips probably has more longevity as far as tuning your transmission. That's my opinion, but I just love the overall simplicity and the extra options of the Hydra. But both are good, you know, both are good tuners. You can go with whichever one you prefer. There's definitely, the Super Chips is much easier to install a tune. You just plug in your OBD2 and program a tune onto your truck, whereas the Hydra, you have to take the PCM off and you have to cut open the box and scrape off like silicone on the chip and then plug your chip into it, download tunes off the computer. It's a lot more work, a lot more intensive. Like I said, you can go with whichever one you prefer, but definitely does make a big difference having a tuner on your truck. Now, other than that, like I said, the truck's just been sitting here, but I had the trickle charger plugged into it, and I actually ran the extension cord under the hood and then tucked the trickle charger into the battery holder and left it on there. And I'd come out here and I'd start the truck every couple days. I didn't want anything to get gummed up. I didn't want the starter to get gummed up or fuel injectors to get gummed up. So I came out here and I started it every few days, kept the batteries charged, kept the you know, the glow plugs warmed up every couple days by starting it. Again, fuel injectors, got some fuel running through them, the oil circulating and stuff like that. So I'd just come out here, I'd hit my remote start, and then it stays on for 10 minutes. It shuts off automatically after 10 minutes, and that's what I would do. There we go. So I don't even have the trickle charger on there right now. As you can see, the truck still fires up great. So we're good. It sat for a while. You know, it sat for a few months. It didn't really get driven with that back window being broken. But we're good to go now. Hopefully we can get back into making some more videos, get back in the routine. My dog, my crying dog for some reason. He's always throwing a fit. He does take up a lot of my time, and I'm always working a lot, but we're gonna try and get back into it. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Look forward to making some more for you guys and seeing you guys in the future ones. Leave a comment down below. Let's reconnect, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. Hey, what are you doing? Say hi. Say hi, Diesel.